Hello everyone and welcome back to a new LEGO Stranger Things set review. This is the Upside Down. This set retailed for $200 in the United States and is currently going for over $700, if not $800 on the open market, especially on eBay. This set has 2,287 pieces, is set number 75810, and is 16 up. Currently, while I'm recording this, I have not seen the finale of Stranger Things, so hopefully I don't get anything too wrong here, but we're gonna go into it right now. This set comes with a total of 8 minifigures, including Lucas, Dustin, Mike, 11 or Jane, Hopper, Joyce, the Demogorgon, and Will. The Demogorgon obviously is exclusive to the set. The head mold is the first time this has appeared in LEGO, but anyway, we'll get into these minifigures later in this video. And here's a look at the back of the box, and as you can tell, there's tons of details to the set, including that it can flip over, all the minifigures, and just some interior shots. But let's take a look at the front of the box one more time, because one of the cool things you can actually do with this box is flip it over. If you notice, there's a LEGO Stranger Things marker on the bottom right and the bottom left, so you can actually flip the box. And here's what the box looks like upside down. As you notice, it's the literal upside down, the name of the set, and the name of the dimension. I can't say dimension anymore, of this place, I guess. But yeah, let's get into the minifigures of this set. First up, we have Lucas and Claire, and this minifigure is very good. He has a bandana piece and an awkward hair piece, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. It might be just a tunic, I'm not sure. I'm going to pretend it is, but he doesn't really come with a hair piece in the set. His hair should be much longer. So it's not a terrible mold, but it's definitely not the best. It also comes with a slingshot and a light, which most of the kids have. He also has some back printing, which is pretty simple. This also is one of the first sets that comes with the mini legs, which allows these minifigures to sit down as well, and are just taller than the smallest legs. Next, we have Mike and Dustin, and these two minifigures are very good as well. They come with the proper printing, they look like the characters, which is most important, and Dustin has a really cool hat and hair mold, which just looks absolutely amazing all the way around, and it fits really well on this character, which is something that Lucas absolutely should have had. This mold should be a lot better, however, it could be worse. Next, we have Mike, and Mike does look very good as well, and we can flip him around as well, just to see their back printing. And both of these minifigures also have dual-sided faces, which are pretty cool. They're nothing too crazy. Dustin's is pretty simple. Not the biggest fan of his, but it still looks good. Mike's is just a different expression, which looks good as well. And Dustin's character comes with the compass, which is very important in the first season. Next up, we have Will and 11, and these two minifigures look amazing. Will has a nice jacket print, and 11 also does have a very nice jacket as well. She's wearing Nancy's wig, jacket, and dress, and we can also turn these minifigures around. This is the outfit that 11 wore when she was in disguise as a normal student in season 1. Also, there's the back of Will's jacket. He also does have a secondary face, which is just a normal expression, and 11 doesn't, because in the set, 11 does not have hair. Instead of just giving her a small other hair piece, they just don't give her one, so they don't give her a secondary face, which I think is a little odd. Also, underneath her skirt is just a white mid-legs, which I don't want to take off because it's a pain and I don't want to wear out that plastic. Will also comes with his Will the Wise poster that he made, and this is just a little hint to season 5. Not at all. Will the Wise comes back, which is very cool. If you haven't seen this show, obviously I'm going to spoil very small details of it here. Next up, we have the adults of the set, including Joyce and Hopper. Joyce has some very good printing all around her coat and shirt. The wrinkles on her shirt look really nice and just a nice touch to have. Hopper's jacket looks good as well. His cop uniform looks just great all around. He does have a little bit of a beer belly in this, which I think is cool. And we can also turn the minifigures around. As you saw, that Joyce does have a flashlight and Hopper has a coffee cup, and Joyce does have a secondary face print, which is that. She's also using the Hermione Granger hair, which I think works well for her character in season 1. And lastly, we have the Demogorgon. This minifigure is probably ridiculously expensive. I want to say it's about $100 or 70, somewhere in there, just for this minifigure alone, because it is such a sought-after minifigure. You can also lift off this head and to get the closed version of it, which I think is pretty cool. I wish they could have had a mold like this, but this is a beautiful mold to have. This piece alone is probably worth a ton in this. The printing all around does look amazing, including the legs, which are a new mold for the set. you can't actually move them that far forward. They mostly go back like this, which I think is a little odd. So it's definitely hard to pose it in some different angles, which are less normal. But one thing I did notice is that if you flip these legs upside down like this, and you took the claws off, you now have a demo dog. It's a little bit hard to get it to work, but you can have him crawling around on the ground. This part is hard to put up, so you could, I guess, put it upside down. It's not perfect by any means to get a demo dog. I wish there was a way to get this on here. It would look so cool as a demo dog. But still, we have a Demogorgon for the first time and only time in LEGO. But there is also a keychain. And here's the keychain of this minifigure, and it's actually identical to this, except that it has a keychain. And what you could do with these keychains is you can take them off. They're just very difficult to. There are tutorials on YouTube. But what you could do is get a ton of these and just take the keychains off. You have an army of Demogorgons. I don't know if they're still selling these on Lego.com or not, but I got mine on Lego for like $5. So it is something you can do. Also, now looking at them, the printing on the keychain is darker all around than compared to the one in the set. The lines on it are a lot thicker and darker and different, which I think is cool and weird because it's only the only time this minifigure has ever been made outside of the set. This set comes with a stand that you can put 4 of your minifigures on. So we're going to put Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and Will instead of 11 in this case, because I think those look better. The other 4 minifigures are used to be displayed in this set. Now, there are 2 different side builds that we do get in this set. First one is a little bike that one of the kids can ride. We're going to take Will, since he doesn't have any accessories and it's easiest right now. You just slot him in like so, and you can ride the bike, which I think is really cool. This bike does have a little kickstand that's permanent, so you can't take it off, but it does work very well, especially holding the bike up at like normal, which is really nice. The other side build is the Hawkins Police Department truck that Hopper drives. Now, this truck is supposed to resemble Season 1 and 2, and it does resemble Season 2 because if you lift up this top portion, there is a pumpkin in the back, which is one of the rotten pumpkins from Season 2. But in the space on the top, you can take Hopper, you can sit him down, put his arms up, and throw him in this space in there, and close it back up. He fits pretty nicely. Some awkward angles for sure, but he does fit. Now, I don't really think you can fit another minifigure in the back. You can take off the pumpkin. You would definitely have to modify this set a little bit, but we can try again with Will just to see if that would work. There's a little spot that goes slightly lower, but yeah, no, that's not going to work. You can maybe lay him down in like a seated position, which does kind of work. It's not perfect. Like you can see it's popping off and breaking. So you definitely can, but it's definitely a hard fit for sure. And here is the actual set itself. Now, this thing is kind of huge for $200. With it being double the space than just like the normal flat part would be, it's pretty big. And let's get into it right now. We can start off by looking at this top section first. This top section has a chair, the address, the bench, just a little bucket, a little walkway up to the door, a little swing, which can go back and forth. I wouldn't touch it though. I mean, it works, but like it's barely in the wall. It could pop off. Honestly, doing this, it's fine. It does hit this last pillar though, which is a little frustrating, but it's fine. Still looks very good. And you can spin this whole thing around. On this side, there's some nice paneling against the wall and some printing stickers against the chimney. And if you notice, the walls are covered in cardboard, and there is the hole in the wall right there, which Joyce punches with an axe, or cuts down with an axe because Will is trapped in the wall. And next on this side, we can see we have Barbara's missing poster. And now we can take a look at the roof of this set. And again, it's very, very, very simple. Just some nice, easily paneling design that looks very good all the way around, and just a nice center to this whole set. And on the back, on either end, you can see a chimney. And here there is a smaller one right there, which looks good. The tree designs do look very good as well. And there's something very important on the trees. There is little tiles on it, so when you flip this set over, you can display it without scratching the plates. And here is the upper interior of this set. We're first going to start off in Will's room. Just zoom really close into it. And first, we can see a Jaws poster on the wall. This is before they made the Jaws set, so they didn't have the licensing for it, so it is just called Shark, which is still a very cool poster. He has a jukebox in his room to play some music. He has some Dungeons and Dragons posters on his wall and drawings, and a ton of lights in his room because Holly ends up going in this room and the lights start activating in season 1, which is just kind of a little precursor to her character being as important as she is in season 5. Next, we have this little side room, which just has a big green chair, a plant, and a little poster. This inside section has a bunch of different details, which will first start off with the bear trap that is right here. There is the Missing Wills poster on the table. There is, if we turn the set sideways, there's some posters that Joyce has on the wall. There is the infamous phone, and there is the string of lights, which connects up to the back wall. And if you notice, there is a light brick here, so if we press it, some of the letters will light up. Now, this function doesn't actually light up specific letters. It can, kind of, but it's just meant to kind of give the idea of it. One of the last details in this room is that there's an axe sitting in the corner, which is used to poke the hole into Will's room, which is not actually in Will's room in the show, but they just had to put it there so it fits about the same spot. Next, there's some details in the attic. So if we just raise this up a little bit, we have just Jonathan's camera on this side, which is pretty simple. Then on this side, we have some cool details. We have Will's hat, which is just sitting on this piece, but we also have the Mind Flare. Now, this thing's kind of hard to get to, so you have to shake the set around a bit if you want to pop it off. But we can pull this piece out, and we have a poster of the Mind Flare, which is absolutely beautiful and looks amazing. You can see there is red lightning, which fits obviously everything really well, and it just looks really good all together. The last function that we can do on the top of the set is by putting Hopper's car on this piece right here in the corner. You just take the second hole, line it up with the bottom, and you press it right on, and that thing's not going anywhere. And on this side, I'm going to be putting Will's bike in the left corner, like so. You can just place it on. It holds together between the two studs. I'm going to put Joyce here and Hopper right here, like so. And what we can do is now flip this set upside down, and everything will stay in place, including the car and the minifigures, which just looks amazing. And now we can look all the details from this upside down section. Now everything is gray and blue, just like with a nighttime type of vibe to it, just with dark decaying vines everywhere. And this looks honestly amazing for what they were able to come up with this 2 seasons of the show. There's tons of vines everywhere. It looks very good all the way around. You can see Barb's missing poster. There's stuff falling off the trees. There's vines. And the same thing goes for the opposite side of this, which right here, there's some vines here. There's a vine there. Now, one of the best things about this set is that the trees are just one huge build. So it goes from the top here all the way down to the bottom, from the bottom of the tree to the top of the tree. It's one connected piece, and you just snap it into place, which I think is a really cool part of the set. And lastly, we can take a look at the inside of this, and it's just reversal of the previous section. Everything is now just grayed out or in black. You can see all the different rooms with all their different details and dust, because there's a lot of it, including a blacked out Jaws poster, which I think is sick. And yeah, that is pretty much everything for the insides of these areas. But one tiny difference is that there is a blood stain here from the bear trap, from the Demogorgon, standing here in the real world and switching or flipping to the upside down here. And in this section, we're of course going to be placing the Demogorgon, just facing forward is fine, and Will on the opposite side of the house, just to have it displayed. And we can back up from this thing and just take a beautiful look of this set. The car can be easily put upside down. I had it upside down for over half a year, so I think it's going to be fine, and you're good to leave it. And it just looks good all the way around. This is an absolutely beautiful set, probably a top 10 set I've ever owned, if not a top 10 set of Lego of all time. And that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please recommend these videos. I'm trying to grow this channel as much as I can. Subscribe and like. Thank you. Goodbye.